Hello everyone! Welcome to another news reports video. I'm Patrick Valentine and I've got some news that might shock a lot of people in case if people are unaware of what this news report could be. Honestly it could be an idea for a Survivor Series. So let's get this started. So, as we all know, Survivor Series is all about Raw versus Smackdown. There are some people who have actually made some criticisms about this. Honestly, I'm okay with this. I am absolutely okay with Raw versus Smackdown. Yeah, the whole storyline behind it really doesn't make any sense because, it's the whole typical. Sorry about that. I got a message on my bloody phone. Basically, I do believe what I do believe what people say because there needs to be competition between the two brands. And I reckon that is the reason why a lot of people aren't really caring. Because look at last year. Last year was competition. SmackDown was winning. SmackDown won the competition last year. And all of a sudden, Vince McMahon just goes against the whole idea of it not being a competition anymore. They're just going to be like, Raw and SmackDown are just going to be your casual episodes of Raw and SmackDown. There's going to be no controversy, no arguing between commissioners. No, and blah 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 blah. You get the idea. So the basic report says here that this is about Team SmackDown. As we have noticed that Randy Orton has beaten Sami Zayn to qualify in to the Survivor Series team. And as we have all heard the reports, is that there's a big massive report going around that could provide for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Where next week on SmackDown Live, where we could see Shinsuke Nakamura defeat Kevin Owens, and also Bobby Roode defeat Dolph Ziggler, claiming 2 more entries for Team SmackDown. And also, guys, there's also been a report saying that has been going around for a while, but this one is kind of a new one, considering that this has never happened in the grand scheme of either Raw versus SmackDown, probably besides bragging rights, but probably something that hasn't been as controversial. There is a report going around saying that at Survivor Series there will be a shocking turn which could lead into something very big between Owens and Sami Zayn, and that is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn turning on Team SmackDown, or let alone the brand itself, to go to Monday Night Raw. That is a shocking revelation. Now, of course, there's going to be people out there who are going to say, I knew that was going to happen. I saw that coming anyway, so why is it so shocking? Now, here's the thing. For people who are going to say that, then honestly there's no reason for you to watch Survivor Series. If you know all the outcomes and all the matches to Survivor Series, then there's really no point in even watching the pay-per-view, right? You're only going to watch the pay-per-view because you spend so much money on the WWE Network. You're going to watch the pay-per-view anyway, regardless if you know everything. And that's what I hate. Now, this is directly towards nobody, but I hate I don't hate the hardcore fans, but I more hate those fans who think they know everything. Those fans who think they know everything. To me, that pisses me off as a fan of wrestling, because I hate when people say, I knew this was going to happen. I saw this coming. To me, it's just ridiculous. If you know everything, then don't bother watching WWE. Don't bother watch WWE. Go predict something on New Japan Pro Wrestling, or go predict something on Ring of Honor, or go predict something on Global Force Wrestling, or formerly known as TNA, then go tell us if you're that smart. Stop watching WWE if you think you know everything. That type of shit really pisses me off, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, too predictable." Hey, even I'm gonna be man enough to say, hey, I think the shows are predictable, but but when it comes to pay-per-views, I'm not going to basically say, I knew Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were gonna turn on Team Smackdown way before this whole thing started, even though I didn't make a video about it. I still knew that was going to happen anyway. There were people. Now let me get this straight. JD, I remember JD saying this. Back in May, when Randy Orton was the WWE Champion, he said this. He quoted by saying, Jinder Mahal is not going to become the WWE Champion, so everybody needs to calm down. And what happened? Jinder Mahal became WWE Champion. JD was so confident that Jinder Mahal was not going to become WWE Champion. And what happened? He became WWE Champion. I could be wrong about this whole Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens jumping to Monday Night Raw. They could come out and, for whatever reason, decide to help Team Smackdown get the win. But to me, this is a shocking report, because this is something I don't think people have reported. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn could potentially turn on SmackDown and join Team Raw. So, and also I've got something else. Wow, I just got some more news. This is providing around Braun Strowman. Reasons why they've turned Braun Strowman face. Now, according to this article, that it says that the reason why they have decided to go with a Braun Strowman face turn is because Braun Strowman is so over with the crowd right now, there is no reason to keep him heel. And also, they want to put him in a program with Kane, where we don't know where this could be leading, but with Kane quoting that with Braun Strowman gone, he is now the new monster. He is the only monster on the planet, where this is going to lead Braun Strowman returning to take on the monster Kane. Now, here's the thing. Now, there's going to be people out there, and I think we all know this. We all know this. If you're over with the crowd, you're going to be a babyface. If you're really over with the crowd and Vince also likes you as your character and all that, you're going to get over. And if you're someone from NXT, you're automatically over, whether Vince McMahon likes you or not. You're automatically over, because people know you from NXT. So, here is the thing. Braun Strowman as a face really doesn't click to me. It doesn't click to me. Now, when I heard this happened with Braun Strowman and Kane, I was thinking, what? So that means Braun Strowman's going to be a face, because they've just brought Kane back. They're not going to switch Kane over as a face as soon as he comes back. So that made me think immediately that Braun was going to be a face. Hey, look, I'm all for with a new change. I'm all for with the change of Braun Strowman. We're wrestling fans. We know shit like this eventually happen. We all know people eventually change. I mean, I have been pleading and begging for a Bayley face turn, a heel turn, not face turn, heel turn. I've been wanting Bayley to turn heel, while everybody's been begging for Sasha to turn heel. In all honesty, I believe it should be Bayley, because Bayley's never been a heel before. And it's just as what I've said this to many of my friends. And this happened with The Miz and Alberto Del Rio. Remember when The Miz and Alberto Del Rio turned face? Jesus Christ, man. The Miz and Del Rio are better heels than faces, but you know where I'm coming from here. Is that there's a certain thing that says is that you want to try something new. And Alberto and Miz turning face was definitely something new, but it did not work. So they turned them back heel a few months after. A few months after, they turned them heel again because it wasn't getting over. Their face characters weren't getting over. So it's the same thing you could do with Bayley. It's the same thing you could do with Bayley. You could turn her heel just to try something new, and if it doesn't work in the end, you could just always turn her back babyface, and then you can go with Sasha Banks going back as being the heel. In all honesty, I think Bayley could do okay as a heel. But you get my point. Braun Strowman turning face, I'm not going to say I saw this coming. I never would have predicted in my wildest dreams that Braun Strowman would turn face. But I'm going to say this. Everyone eventually changes. So eventually there was going to come to a point where Braun Strowman was going to be a face. And I'm going to give this a chance. I'm going to see how this all leads, because if we all know the history of big guys, big monstrous guys becoming faces like Great Khali and Vladimir Kozlov and Umaga. Was Umaga ever a face? But you get my point. All these big powerful monsters, Mark Henry, you know, when they become faces, they become real. The way they get booked is they become weak. They become weak, which is basically my point. Even Beth Phoenix. You know, Beth Phoenix was a big powerful girl. When she turned face, she became weak. So she became weak. She wasn't as powerful as she was. Her character wasn't fitted the role as a face. So monsters are the type of characters that eventually change because of their face turns. I hope this does not happen with Braun. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not a fan of Braun, but I'm going to say that I just don't want Braun as a face becoming a weak monster. A weak monster who is so over with the crowd. He does his old roar thing, and he's all ready for action, and he's losing to bloody cruiserweights or losing to guys who he really shouldn't be losing to. That's the type of thing that should not be happening to a guy like Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman should be the Braun Strowman we've seen as a heel. No matter what Braun Strowman is, if you have him as a face or if you have him as a heel, he needs to be the Braun Strowman. The destructive Braun Strowman. That's why people like him. He's destructive. He does things that gives the crowd something to cheer for. So, turning Braun face, I'm going to give this a go. Like I said, I'm going to give this a chance. We'll see how this goes. But overall, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Braun Strowman becoming a face. So we'll see where this all leads from here. And anyway, guys, that is all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this news report video. Let me know down below on what you think of the two stories. Hit that like button. Comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. It would help me out because I definitely need some subscribers. So anyway, guys, thank you all for listening. Let me know what you thought about Owens and Zayn, the story of them possibly turning on Smackdown, joining Monday Night Raw. And tell me what are your thoughts on the monster among men, Braun, turning face for the first time in his career. Anyway, guys, catch you later.